Safta, do you remember your childhood in Chicago? You want to talk about what you were hearing, what the foods you ate, your friends in Chicago? What was the Chicago life like?
I think we lived in an apartment. I think I slept on a studio couch with my sister Elisa. I remember the record player, the cabinet. I remember the cabinet. We used to put on records to dance. My father was teaching Hebrew. Marolnik, everybody knew Marolnik. He was always a favorite teacher, Marolnik. I think there was another girl in the class, so there were just two of us as females, but I was valedictorian of the class. So I've kept up with the Hebrew. I love it. I love the language. I absolutely love the language. I learned Hebrew as a child and I kept it up. Well, of course, my father was a Hebrew teacher, so that helped too, but I was valedictorian of the class. And I just love the language.
So tell us about meeting Dad, Milton. You know, tell us about him and did Grandma Dora, your mother, accept him? Did Grandpa Max like Milton? Tell us about
Well,
that.
they liked him, but I don't know if they liked his parents.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure, but I did meet him at camp.
What did you like about him when you met him?
Good looking.
Okay.
Good looking, he was pleasant, he was nice, he had the same interests I did. Although he learned Hebrew. He did not know Hebrew when he came to camp. They said to him, "Ma shimcha, what is your name?" And he said, "Buffalo, New York." So he learned Hebrew and he was a whiz. Oh, Milton Alter. He grew to be quite a leader. Quite a leader.
What was it like raising 5 kids? Crazy kiddos.
Well, I suppose it was difficult. I really don't remember any incidents. I don't remember singling one out over the other or punishing one over the other. I just don't remember that. I think we all got along pretty well. They probably will tell you differently. They probably will tell you they got a pot here and there. And so, listen, I had to cook a lot, and I hope I cooked enough. They all grew up. Look at the specimen. Look at the specimen of the children. They're all okay.
Speaking of food, when did you develop a sweet tooth?
Didn't I always have a sweet tooth?
I think so.
Well,
Okay.
we went to Israel because Daddy was offered a position at Beilinson Hospital to be chairman of neurology at Beilinson Hospital, the biggest hospital in Petah Tikva. Things didn't work out that way. They said they were having a shvita, a strike. No strikes were appointed. There were no strikes appointed during that time. It was on the Fort of Israel. During a strike, they cannot make an appointment.
Okay.
So we couldn't stay. There was a strike and they couldn't make an appointment. So there was no point in our remaining in Israel. So we returned. But we always had a good feeling about Israel.
What was your impression going from Minnesota to live in South Carolina?
It was a public health service assignment. He was assigned the hospital in Charleston, South Carolina. I had help,
You had a cleaning lady.
and
A cleaning
I
lady.
ate lunch with her, and I was told, we don't do that down here.
And then what happened?
I had to stop. All I remember was that when we left Charleston, saying, I'm so glad to leave. That's what I remember. Well, I didn't like Philadelphia when we first moved here. I didn't like it when we first moved here. I thought people dressed very, how shall I say? I don't know what the correct word is. A round-collared blouse with a pleated skirt. What's the word I'm looking for? And sort of conservative. I thought it was like an old-fashioned place. I don't know how to explain it, but
Provincial, maybe?
provincial.
And you thought the people
When I
were
first
kind of
got here.
snooty, right?
What?
The people were kind of snooty,
Yeah.
right?
Where are you from? And you tell them, and their answer was, oh. I remember you kids used to have, the Episcopal kids used to throw candies,
They did.
wet candies
Yeah,
at
they
you
wet the hard candy.
on the bus. I think I called the principal.
Yeah, probably. What did the principal say?
He said, I'll take care of it. He'll catch he'll catch the candy.
How did you learn to cook? Did you have a relative teach you when you were younger? Where did you get
Well, I guess I just learned from my mother. You know, you learn from her, and then you just use your own judgment, I guess. So basically, I learned from her.
When you were younger, did you know you wanted to be a teacher?
I don't know if I knew that when I was younger, but that's what I ended up. That's what I ended up, being a teacher. And so that was okay. Yeah, it's okay. I always taught first grade. Never graduated beyond first grade.
Well, as long as your students graduate.
Yeah.
Yeah, they managed to graduate. I like to keep up with my children. I love to hear what's going on with my children, my grandchildren,
Great-grandchildren.
great-grandchildren, spouses, everybody. That's it. They're very important to me.